believe that Washington, D.C. is one of the coolest cities in the world. I grew up here, I went to school here, and yes, I still live right here in Northeast at the Dollhouse. For the past 10 years or so, I have worked as a fashion attorney/investigator, protecting and promoting fashion innovations throughout the U.S. My name is Mariessa Terrell, but you can call me Simone Butterfly, your fabulous freelance fashion investigator. In today's episode of Simone Butterfly, we will meet fashion innovator Matt Mueller, whose software takes the guesswork out of custom menswear. Then we'll tour and shop Carolyn Thomas's Catwalk Boutique located in the H Street corridor. We'll get to watch art activist Zudeka Nzinga as she resurrects a pair of designer jeans with a stencil and paint. And then we'll travel all the way to Anacostia and discover why Horatio Davis believes that crab is king. And finally, we'll discuss how creatives like Ryan Frigo use social media to avoid IP litigation. Here at the Dollhouse, we believe that fashion is innovation and innovation should be protected. Stay tuned, darlings, for much more. My name is Simone Butterfly, your fabulous freelance fashion investigator, and we're here talking with Matt Mueller, who is the co-founder of Not Standard. You know, it's been said that some of the most successful small businesses are those that fill a niche. So for you, did you see a problem in menswear that you wanted to address when you co-founded this company?
We certainly did. The problem more or less dropped itself on our doorstep. My co-founder and I were actually living in Dubai. I'm originally from DC, but was living over there working on technology for hospitals.
Okay.
And of all things, we got pretty good at making custom suits. There are a lot of people from the UK and Europe that know how to dress, and having grown up in the DC area with Sims and Hex, I was really never told exactly how to dress. And once we got pretty good at it, we started having friends and family coming over and asking us to help them make their first custom suit. We got pretty good at that and started offering it via the web to customers in the US from our headquarters and our manufacturing facility in Dubai. It grew and grew and grew, and now we're over in 7 different showrooms, headquartered back in the US, but very much an international company. And DC was actually our first retail location.
Wonderful.
As the guy who grew up here, knowing that there was no way to get this done properly, I thought this was the first place we should go outside of New York. And here we are.
Well, I appreciate you being here. So how do you ensure this exceptional fit? How do you ensure that it's going to work?
We developed a system and a piece of software that runs behind everything we make today that looks at a person, their current style, their current preferences, how they like to dress, and what they feel comfortable in, along with their body measurements and how they stand and how they carry themselves, and designs a custom pattern digitally from scratch for each and every customer automatically. So you probably have a couple of stores that you shop at now that you like that always fit, and it would be great if they carried more fabrics or more styles. Think of us like that store where we carry 5,000, 6,000 different styles and fabrics, and we can make anything you'd like, and it'll always fit you exactly the way you want.
Amazing.
To do that, you have to give us a little bit of information from your own home. You can go to our website. You can put in a few different pieces of information about your body and also about what suits or shirts fit you best and what you'd change about them. We use that to build a profile. If you come into one of our showrooms, one of our stylists will build that same profile for you.
So you have a very, tailored look, but then there's a few details or something that kind of pop out at you. Are there any that you can tell me about?
Sure.
Some of those customizations.
So it starts with our name. So by definition, everything we have must be not standard. It's custom, it's unique.
It's a great name.
It's a piece of your personality coming out and peacocking a little bit to everyone that you're talking to. So the same thing extends to our entire business. Here in DC, we want to make sure that people are proud of the fact that they had something that was made in DC. So on the inside of all of our jackets, all of the labels of garments that we make in DC have the DC skyline, say Washington, DC on them.
Wonderful.
We made a custom pocket square specifically for our customers in DC that's the old LaFont map of the planning of the city of Washington a couple hundred years ago.
Amazing, amazing. So how did you know that we were ready, that DC was ready for Not Standard? Because truly this is these type of details this is not what was sort of in vogue, back, a few years ago.
Yep. I would argue that it's not been in vogue because no one knew it was around. I'm from DC, and I wouldn't have been the typical customer because I'd never had a custom suit made and didn't think about it.
Yeah.
I thought that the label inside the suit is what made it good.
Right.
It doesn't make it fit, it doesn't make it look good on you, and it doesn't make it a good match for you. So we go to the 98% of guys in DC who wear suits, and there are a lot of them in this town,
Yes.
that have never had something that actually fits or actually had any decision making involved in making that suit for them. We tell them that you can put your signature on the inside of the jacket, literally, your actual signature.
Very cool.
You can change the liner, you can change the thread color, you can change the buttons on your jacket. Usually it's overwhelming unless someone's tried it a couple of times, but on that first suit, it's like they've put on something that makes them look good for the very first time. It's like going to prom in your first tuxedo all over again.
Elevate. So if I was visiting a showroom and I happened to see a suit hanging on the wall with no label, how would I know that it was yours?
When you walk in, it looks a little bit like a hodgepodge of various types of clothing from various brands.
Interesting.
And that's true because every single customer creates their own brand with us.
Okay.
So you look at that garment and you'll see, if you go into J. Crew, you'll see 4 black, 4 white, 4 blue. If you come into non-standard, you'll see green, yellow, blue, gray, dark gray, tuxedo, all lined up, and they're all for different customers. So you'll see that right off the bat. On top of that, you'll see that it is actually a custom garment. We leave some of the manufacturing threads on the garment so that you know no one's ever worn it, no one's ever seen it. Obviously, it's been made from scratch for you.
Wow. I adore watching documentary film that showcases the creation of haute couture. I'm especially fascinated by the artisans that painstakingly apply beading details, feather ornamentation, and other appliques to already drop-dead gorgeous clothes. In today's episode of DIY Darling, I've invited a special guest, Zuleika Nzinga, who's an art advocate, a fashion expert, and a figurative painter all the way from Denver, Colorado. Welcome, Zuleika.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So glad you're here. So I have a really special conundrum here. I purchased a pair of waxed denim jeans about a year and a half ago. They cost upwards of $200 and I have apparently loved them to death. As you can see, some of the beautiful rose detail that used to run up and down the back of the legs is just about smushed out. Could you tell me something I could do to resurrect these jeans?
Well, I noticed that your jeans had a kind of faded metallic tint to them, and I thought it would be awesome to take a stencil and recreate the flower design that's on the jeans with some paint.
So what supplies do I need?
Well, first thing that you need is to make a stencil. For today, we used the thick cardboard so that we could do the whole pants legs.
So what type of paint is best? Should I be using spray paint or something different?
Well, the first thing that you need is a good quality acrylic paint. We've got our handy dandy blade because we've got to cut the stencil pieces out. You want to have a good pair of scissors. Most people don't know with scissors, you need to have a separate pair of scissors for fabric and paper. Because paper has little flecks of metal in it and it deadens the blade.
Oh,
Scissors.
okay.
Just so you know.
Okay.
And then you want a good soft bristle brush. A hard bristle brush is gonna streak the paint on the fabric and you don't really want it to look choppy like that.
Right.
So you wanna get something that's soft and something that has a little bit of an edge to it so you can get in those fine details and get in the corners.
Okay. Okay.
And when painting, wet wipes are always key. You always want the wet wipes or some Clorox wipes or something so you can wipe up anything excess.
So let's see a sample. Can you show me how to apply the stencil?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So this is the whole design, and you'll see that there's some flowers that are a little bit darker and some that are a little bit lighter, which gives it a really cool texture and some really good movement. And then we've added just a couple of hints of the green, and not even on every flower, just on a couple of the petals so that it has a little bit of pop to it. Lovely. I love them.
Thank you so much. So in reality, you don't have to be a couturier to beautify your fashion finds. All you have to do is DIY, darling. Everyone could benefit from retail therapy, but because it's better to give than to receive, I prefer, when I shop, to spend my dollars locally. One of my favorite boutiques is the Catwalk Boutique, located on the H Street corridor. Miss Carolyn Thomas opened her trendy boutique way before the H Street corridor experienced its renaissance. Today, it is a wonderful mix of high and low fashions that she's found from all over the world. I really enjoy watching Giselle, who's our local model, in Miss Carolyn Thomas's boutique. The Catwalk Boutique has quietly become a destination for fashionettes willing to mix a bit of fantasy with their work uniform. Miss Carolyn believes wholeheartedly in the democratizing power of personal style to elevate and empower regardless of income. It is with great pride that she features reasonably priced wholesale vendors from all over the world. The Catwalk Boutique is located at 1000 H Street Northeast in the Diamond District, Washington, D.C. Retail at its best is therapeutic, so why not shop locally? Support your fashion community. My name is Simone Butterfly, your fabulous freelance fashion investigator. Thanks for joining us for this segment of Retail Therapy. A few years ago, I discovered When Washington Was in Vogue, a wonderful book written by Edward Christopher Williams that vividly describes DC life during the Harlem Renaissance. Here's an interesting fun fact. According to Williams, in the early 1900s, Anacostia was akin to a tiny resort town where Washington's Vanity Fair would visit to escape the notorious heat of DC summers. Flash forward several decades and it's clear that Anacostia is no longer a sleepy weekend retreat. Today's Anacostia is undergoing yet another revival as more and more residents discover what we've known all along, that nestled among the trees of Southeast Washington lives real beauty, vibrancy, and a pulsing energy you can feel. The Capitol Hill Crab Cake Restaurant was founded 8 months ago by Horatio Davis, a native Washingtonian whose DC roots go back 10 generations. I'm so excited to be here with you today because I feel like I'm home. I'm also from Southeast, and so to come back to this neighborhood makes me feel really good. So like the DC that I know and love, we know very well all about like the whiting platter dinners and the fish dinners and stuff because there's all types of little places nestled into the neighborhoods. Why did you decide to open a cafe just like this?
Well, one, I'm from Capitol Hill, born and raised.
Yes.
Honestly, growing up in Washington, D.C., you grew up under a lot of carryouts, fried chicken.
That's right.
A lot of mumbo sauce,
That's
stuff
right.
like that. This neighborhood, my dad owns a house in this neighborhood. I own the house. I had the house for about 4 or 5 years to myself. Mm-hmm. We drive to Baltimore to get a good crab cake.
True.
That in itself was the first step. Okay, let's bring a good crab cake to Southeast. It's a luxury product. Let's bring it to the people.
It is.
We eat.
Yes.
I mean, but people automatically assume that once you bring a luxury product to this area, that it's going to automatically be like, oh, no, these people don't want to eat like that. It's a bad thinking process. And I go through it every day. So I just wanted to bring a good product to the people that I love with.
Okay, I understand that, and we appreciate you doing that. So being here for 8 months, how's the journey been?
Business is crazy.
Yeah.
It's very good. We're always booming. We're always have people in and out. It's more about like, it's just like this Southeast. Yeah. Southeast, it has its own name.
So tell me a little bit about some of the dishes that you sort of made famous here, because I know that you got trained, in Maryland, right?
Mm-hmm. L'Academy de Cuisine. It's a French culinary school in Gaithersburg.
Okay, so you got that's serious, sophisticated training in the culinary arts.
In their world.
And so so you've transferred those skills into creating some wonderful dishes here. So tell me, what is the signature, most popular dish?
Well,
you come here, what should I ask for?
Honestly, when you come here, crab is king. No matter what, there's crab in almost everything. So I gotta go with the crab cake because the crab cake got us here. We started off doing festivals. We were doing just like mom and pop festivals for 4 years. We started out doing food and wine festivals outside of DC. We did a couple here on Navy Yard. We've done food and wine festivals all the way in Ohio. So we did pop-ups. Okay. So that's how we got here.
That's how you started. That's
with
good.
Just popping up with a crab cake. Here you go from Washington D.C.
What makes yours so special?
I consider myself like Louis Vuitton, man. We use key products, man. I'm luxury over here.
What's the reception here?
The reception is very well.
You guys doing breakfast too?
Nah, we don't do breakfast. I wish. Maybe one day. The reception is so well that I wanted to do breakfast starting out, but honestly, right now, sometimes the traffic is a little bit too strong. So we just gotta get with the pace. It's a good thing. But, it's good to have lines outside the door, but remember your area. Sometimes your people don't like lines outside the door.
Nobody really likes to.
Right? I just want to be able to make it so that everybody's happy.
Well, we have enjoyed talking with Horatio, and we invite everybody in DC to come on down to the Capitol Hill Crab Cake Restaurant here right on Good Hope Road. So we appreciate you joining us today. Thank you.
Very nice to meet you.
Bye-bye. Welcome to the What the Cupcake segment of Simone Butterfly Fashion Investigator. In today's portion, we will identify fashion law missteps. By identifying these moments, we hope to educate creatives about ways they can protect their creativity from the beginning. Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, in a city located on the east side of the San Francisco Bay, lived a young creative named Ryan Frigo. Now, Ryan, like most creatives, was quite clever. And while he was in high school, he coined the term stoked to identify a line of t-shirts and to represent his home city of Oakland, California. To his utter dismay, soon after launching his own line of Stoked branded t-shirts, the Oakland A's began using his same brand, Stoked, to identify their own line of merchandise. Ryan came up with a strategy. First, he thought he would contact the Oakland A's directly. Perhaps he could work out a settlement with them. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. The second thing he thought is perhaps he could retain a trademark attorney who could file a trademark infringement suit against the Oakland A's. But you have to remember that Ryan at this time was in high school, and so his funds were somewhat limited. So what Ryan decided to do, the third thing, proved to be the charm. He actually decided to go public and to wage a social media soft protest against the Oakland A's. This worked so well that the Oakland A's not only stopped selling the Stoke branded merchandise, but they decided to destroy all of the merchandise that was created prior. And the Oakland A's decided to donate a large portion to a charity of Ryan's choice. In this case, Ryan decided to use social media where he was to get the Oakland A's to stop using his trademark. Today, Ryan continues to sell his Stoked branded t-shirts in Oakland, California. Darlings, today's What the Cupcake moment is buttercream sweet. The lesson learned, you have to use what you have where you are to get what you want. Thanks for joining us. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode of Simone Butterfly, Fabulous Freelance Fashion Investigator. Join us next week when we will explore DC's Lash Game, learn to make yummy bath treats, tour a fab shop and shop located in DuPont Circle, visit Manor Park for Jamaican cuisine, and discover why trademarks are the best way to protect fashion goods in a saturated marketplace. My name is Simone Butterfly, your fabulous freelance fashion investigator. We believe that fashion is innovation and innovation should be protected. Thanks for joining us.